But it's true. I mean, that's why he is, you know, so so definite about saving money, not overspending, staying out of debt, because he knows cash is king. Because he knows that if an opportunity comes by, he even said it at this year's annual meeting. You know, Warren and Charlie were sitting there and they said, yeah, well, we missed Amazon and we missed Google, you know, but, you know, well, we got the Burlington Northern Santa Fe, and we got a lot of other things that were definites, you know. So that's why price is so important to him, because it's minimizing his risk and saving money and having money. He always, the company now has $20 billion on hand at all times. Now he has 100 billion because he hasn't been able to find something to buy. It gets harder and harder. He always says, the retail investor, you guys, it's much easier for you to really find deals than it is for him, because he has to buy such huge, big companies, and it gets more and more difficult to find a $100 million deal or a $39 billion deal. Around. So you really have actually an advantage, but using his principles, you can invest like Warren Buffett. He started somewhere.
You know, Mary, one of the principles which you taught me as well, and something I learned from Warren Buffett himself, is that, you know, there's this huge thinking that we take a big risk, we get a big return, but that cannot be further from the truth. Right? With Warren Buffett, is always, how can I reduce my risk and get a much bigger return? Yeah, that's exactly how he thinks. That's how all the wealthy billionaires out there, that's how they think. It's not big risk, big return. It's always, how can I reduce my risk and get so much more?
You know, when you think about it, mutual funds, companies, big fund managers and so on, what do they really want to be? At the end of the year, they want to be the #1 fund. So they can't take a long-term view. They're very short-sighted in the marketplace. I remember once I was with Wells Fargo's guys, and I was looking through their book of what they were buying for their, you know, their division of finance, and I said, why aren't you guys buying cap cities? And they said, oh, we wish we could. I mean, why are you? They said, Mary, it's not going to do anything in a year. You know, in 10 years, it's going to be worth 3 times, 4 or 5 times what it is. And that just blew my mind. So they're short-sighted. What you want to be is, you know, you want to think for the long term. You know, Warren used to say, I never understood why people who drive Rolls Royces go to drive to Wall Street to ask somebody who takes the subway advice. You know, because traders make money when you buy and sell. Warren's not buying and selling. He's waiting, buying and holding. I mean, he always says his holding period is forever. He sells. You know, he sells when he thinks something might be overpriced and he wants to take some profits and redeploy them, you know, or he sells when one of his companies that he owns, shares have been beaten down and they want to buy back their own shares, as he did with Berkshire Hathaway several years ago. So yeah, it's about that reducing that risk.
Okay, also, and talking about reducing risk, it's always important to have you know, emergency funds as well. So what is the principle which you look at?
Ideally, you know, it would be great to have 6 months of what your nut is. Everybody knows, I know how much it costs me to live my life every month. My house, my food, etc. If you could work towards having 6 months worth of savings, that would be fantastic. I think 3 months is more realistic, because you want that in any emergency. I just had a friend back east whose boiler went out, and he's like, oh Jesus